a U.S. veteran died, storming the Capitol building based on a bunch of lies. And any one of us, if I'd believed those lies, that could have been me.
Huh? Where is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this migrant caravan. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. You people can't get to work. Our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party. Like, I am so tired of it. You try to make it with these wide angle lenses, and you try to make it that your echo chambers have these large followings. You got 40 people showing up, and you want to do a headline with CNN talking about, oh, we got massive protests for Trump shutting the borders. And no, we do not. No, we do not. What we do have is a massive amount of pissed off people like I am because you guys will not sit down and do your jobs. California is suffering. Our homeless problem is out of control. Our drugs are out of control. When you have to have a budget to clean up human fecal matter off the roads, that is a problem, okay? This is absolutely insane. The meth problem, the fentanyl problem, the heroin problem, the illegal this is crazy, okay? Like, well, everybody wants immigration, but we need to do it the right and correct way. This is getting out of control, and you guys are lying. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? And why are you so worried about what everybody else is doing? I want to talk about what you're doing. Like I said, you can consider yourself put on notice. Me and the American people. I am so tired of this. I am woke, man.
Ashli Babbitt is a 14-year Air Force military veteran who was shot on Wednesday the 6th at the Capitol siege riots. Now, Ashli was originally an Obama supporter, turned Trump supporter, turned into a radical QAnon conspiracy theorist. Now, I wanted to take this situation, I wanted to talk about radicalization, how that process happens, and how we can look out for the certain signs of that could possibly be happening in people that you know, because this is a serious issue. And this whole thing that happened with the Capitol and the riot and everything, this is because of radicalization. And I think the people that are spewing this like conservative propaganda, the QAnon people, the MAGA cult fucking people, I think they should all be held accountable because they are the ones that have tricked these people into believing batshit crazy things. Now, a lot of leftists are very mad about what took place, and rightfully so. A lot of people are also very scared. Me personally, when I see what happened, I am disheartened, I am hurt, I am saddened, and I have a heavy heart for the lack of humanity that was displayed there. We saw an officer being crushed in a door. We saw an officer pulled downstairs and hit with a flagpole, kicked, dragged, and multiple officers we're hearing have been hospitalized due to this. And the craziest thing is that officers let people in the gate. They opened up the gate and allowed people to just come in, and they put their fellow officers at risk. Now, I wanted to focus on a different aspect than what most people are talking about when it comes to this situation. I wanted to focus on radicalization. How do we prevent this? Because there's family members right now who are falling for these lies, and you have to stand up and you have to stay sane. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into this shit. So in the age of social media nowadays, when someone dies, they leave behind a lot more evidence and a lot more clues. So we can put the pieces together and try to understand and figure out what exactly happened here. We have seen this in many cases, like the case of Pop Smoke. When Pop Smoke was killed in the Hollywood Hills, we were able to look back at his last Instagram story and see that he had actually leaked his address, which is why the Hoover gang, which is a gang that is notorious in LA, they do a lot of break-ins. They've been breaking into a lot of celebrities in the hills and shit. Well, basically, they saw his address and they broke in, and Pop Smoke died. Very unfortunate. But we're able to see that now. We're able to like have more information. So the digital footprint that we leave is massive. That's why nowadays, when something like a Capitol riot happens, there's so much video, there's so much evidence, and we see so much more. So looking back, you're able to see these videos, and the video that I played at the very beginning of this video is actually the very last video that she ever posted. Now, we have a whole Twitter history that shows how she went from being an Obama supporter to hating Hillary to eventually becoming a Trump supporter and being indoctrinated into the MAGA cult and then believing QAnon theories like Pizzagate and all sort of crazy shit. Okay, so right here, getting into the tweets, we have a reply to this person where this person says, so you supported Obama the same way you support Trump? Question mark. Lies are one thing, but over 6K is likely more than Obama, Bush, Clinton combined. Fuck yes, I did, and he was our president, dude. I love America. I think Obama did great things. I think he jacked some shit up, but I think he did a lot of good at a time where we needed him. I voted for him, and I voted for Trump. I could not vote for Hillary. So at this point, we see that this person seems to be somewhat logical, okay? They supported Obama, and they like Trump, okay? Now, obviously, I didn't like Trump at that time, but back then, it was far more reasonable to like Trump, and she gives a reason of voting for Trump because she could not vote for Hillary. So far she's not radical. She seems to just be a normal American who is going to choose the politician that she thinks is best. Moving on to the next one. At Rand Paul, you're killing it. Keep it up. Hashtag truth. Hashtag spending bill. Hashtag Schumer shutdown. Hashtag government shutdown. So now this is the portion where we see her get into a lot more of actively engaging with politicians and tweeting at politicians, just being more politically involved. And I think a lot of people between 2016 and 2020, they got way more politically involved. I know I did. Me more so, way more recently. I was not this politically involved until like 2020. So yeah, so we see her continue to tweet at more conservatives. She tweets at Meghan McCain. She says, I absolutely love you. Poised, independent, assertive. You're an ideal depiction of a woman to be idolized. And then now she tweets at fucking Tucker Carlson. You are my fave. Your facial expressions just when you're listening to idiocy. And then she has more conservative ass hashtags. Now, this is where we start to see that she's listening to Tucker Carlson. And we know that Tucker Carlson preys on people who want to feel like they're a victim, who want to be mad about something. You come to Tucker and he tells you, can you believe what they're doing? The liberal media is trying to silence us and make us do this. That's what you go there for. And now listening to this shit 24/7 really gives you that victim complex that makes you feel like you are actually the victim. And then when minorities are saying, hey, like this shit's fucked up and we need like help, we need these things, we need our rights, you don't hear that. You don't understand that because your reality has become a false reality now. Now you live in a reality where those are the bad people and you're the one that actually doesn't have the rights. So you can see how it can get kind of construed there. And we see a trend like this continue. She now tweets at Candace, you are an amazing woman, nothing but love, and thank you. Now, that is not even close to the type of words that I would say to Candace. Candace has single-handedly held back the black community, and it's absolutely sick whenever a minority goes against their group and they just completely sell out to get some money and just to step all over their own group. And now here's the thing that's the big deal about it. We want racism in America to be something that people should be afraid of. You shouldn't be able to openly be racism and not expect like anything bad to happen to you, any consequences, right? So when racist people don't think they can be racist, less bad things happen. But when a black person starts to say racist shit, then a fucking white person, a racist fucking redneck inbred fuck, they now think it's okay to be fucking racist. So they're no longer scared. They're outspoken, they're out front, and now we see fucking shit like this happening. We're at the brink of a civil war, okay? Anyways, moving on to the next tweet. He may be hated by the people in the political global reign, Hollywood elite status, etc., but he has America in her heart and all of us by the millions, and they know they are afraid. Make one mistake whenever they try their next big move, our pulse and strength become stronger. So now we really see this type of language. We start to see this radical language. Now I want you to notice this. When you start hearing your family members say shit like this, talk about like us as a group and how these political elites and the global Hollywood elites and all this shit, they hate the MAGA people and they're trying to silence us and we're a group and we're gonna rise up. And when you start hearing this shit, this is culty ass shit. This is MAGA cult shit. And this is when you need to intervene. And I'm serious, because this is a dangerous road. This is going to lead to death and destruction, and I'm not saying that lightly. So if you have a family member and they're saying this type of shit, they're putting this type of shit on social media, you need to fucking stand up and say something, because this person is becoming radicalized. All right, moving on. you will see Pizzagate come back up too. Watch, as disgusting as it is, I think this Prince Andrew interview was good for exposure. These people are sick, so freaking sick. So now we're seeing even more deep into the radicalization. We're seeing conspiracy theories like Pizzagate, which is this batshit crazy conspiracy that in the basement of this fucking pizza place that the Hollywood elite and these politicians are fucking sacrificing children and drinking their blood to stay young. Like, it's really some crazy shit. So if you hear Pizzagate, you hear QAnon, anything like that, you need to speak up to your family members at that point 100%. Made me cry with tears of happiness, pride, resiliency, courage, love, and patriotism. We are all one. Now, what I want you to focus on here is the hashtags that are being used, because these hashtags are very alarming. Now, these are QAnon, radical right, MAGA cult hashtags, okay? We have the People's President, MAGA, KAG, America freedom. I mean, that's just like typical like patriotism shit. That doesn't typically mean anything, so ignore those two. Trump 2020 landslide victory. That is complete delusion. That is utter delusion. That's what that one is. And then the WWG1 WGA. That's where when we go one, we go all, or some shit. I don't know. It's some fucking QAnon shit. And then the hashtag Q, that's QAnon. So yeah, so these are very alarming hashtags. And as you noticed in the beginning tweets that I read, she was not using all these hashtags. This is the process of radicalization, and we can see how it happens. And now right here, this is just really funny. I mean, they have no idea how bad it's gonna be for them in November. Landslide, it's so funny. They're so mad. The cope is real. And then right here again, though, you see the same batshit crazy KAQ, MAGA Q, and we're gonna continue to see these hashtags. The next one is literally just the crazy hashtags, just to posture and just to say, yeah, I'm part of this. So if you see these hashtags, that is a huge, huge red flag. And now, leading up to the very end, some of the last tweets that she sent out, she said, I will be in DC on the 6th. God bless America. And another fucking QAnon shit. Nothing will stop us. They can try and try, but the storm is here and it's descending upon DC in less than 24 hours. Dark to light. Now, here's some more language that you need to know. This is code language. This is radical Republican QAnon language. The storm is here, and then the dark to light. Those are terms that are code. That is a call to action. So when you see this, that means that Republicans are telling other Republicans, time to stand up, time to fight, time to riot. These are calls to action. This is the reddest of flags. So that's all I have for today's video. I thought this was a very important problem, and I wanted to bring a call to action that if you see any family members acting in these type of ways at all, you see this language being used, then please stand up and say something, because this could be your family member, and I don't want to see this happen. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. I don't want that to happen, okay? Like, it doesn't matter. A lot of people are saying that, oh, like, she deserved this, like, she went into Capitol, yada, yada. You know, it may be true, and it may not be, but at the end of the day, I'm a humanitarian and I just want people to be okay, and I don't want people to get hurt. So if we can prevent people from getting hurt, and we can like help like not spread misinformation, and we can like call that shit out, and we can, when we see someone being radicalized, we need to be calling that out. Anyways, peace out, bitches. Have a great day.